Hello everyone, it's Rem here, and today we're going to take a lovely little journey into the making of agar in the most delightful of vessels, those dainty 80-cent Pixie Boxes you can find at Walmart. I've had quite a few questions about them, but honestly, it's all rather easy. Almost no different from the usual agar method, really. Now, the very first thing you must do is be sure to pour enough agar into your boxes, or else, well, they can dry out. You see, these boxes allow the tiniest bit of air exchange, so you end up with a lovely clear box, all crisp and without a speck of condensation. I must say I do quite fancy that part, but if you don't pour in enough agar, like I did with this chestnut example here, they can dry out rather terribly. I had poured far too little agar and, oh dear, left it in my closet for a couple of months too long. But no need to fret. You can still use it for inoculating grain with, so it's not a complete disaster. But as long as you fill your Pixie Boxes properly with enough agar, you'll be absolutely fine. So today, we're doing the pack 3-2-1 method. Although I'm doubling it because, well, I fancy making twice the amount of agar. For those who aren't familiar, PAC stands for potatoes, agar, and corn syrup, mixed together in a 3-to-1 ratio with half a cup of water. This gives you a lovely nutrient-rich agar. Sometimes, if I want to encourage a bit more rhizo growth, I'll half the potato and syrup nutrients, or even use just water and agar if I'm trying to isolate those naughty contaminants, especially when I'm growing from spores or clone tissues. But for today, it's the good old 3-to-1 method. Once I've measured out my agar and potatoes, I make a little well in the center for the syrup to sit in. It's a rather useful trick I learned from kitchen mycology. Then, with everything ready, I'll bring my water to a boil, and I will then stir and dissolve everything in the water before pouring the newly made agar solution into a measuring cup. Finally, I will carefully pour the agar from the cup into the Pixie Boxes. Now, to save you the trouble of waiting, I'll just speed this bit up for you all. When they're all nicely capped, I'll wrap their tops in tin foil and get my pressure cookers ready. Today I have two. One's a dear little instant pot I received as a gift that only goes up to 12 psi, which works perfectly as long as you give it a bit of extra time. And the other is a marvelous bargain. A $29 pressure cooker I obtained from Walmart that gets up to a full 15 psi. With such affordable options, there's really no reason not to use a pressure cooker, is there? Now I'll make sure the Pixie Boxes are sitting well above the waterline, as pressure cookers do have the most dreadful habit of boiling away too much water. I like to put a few layers of caps at the bottom, so no water runs dry. It would be terribly unfortunate if the boxes melted, wouldn't it? The Instant Pot doesn't need as much as it tends to retain water much better. Then, we go through the usual steps. Purging for 10 minutes, cooking for 30 in the pressure cooker, or 40 in the Instant Pot, and waiting until everything's cool and calm before opening the cooker. Once you take them out, you'll want to let them harden in a dry place. If you like, you can even set them on their sides to help the condensation clear out a little faster. And in just a couple days, you'll have the most perfectly clear agar, free from condensation and ready for whatever curious experiment you've got planned next. I hope you all found this little guide helpful. Cheerio for now.